Today's topic is about bugs and mistakes in the Krunker Editor. First off, I want to show you something really important. If you go to Edit, Settings, General, Game, and then here you go, Show Real Hitbox. This means that you can see the real hitbox if you decide to rotate something, because rotating an object does not rotate the hitbox. There are two ways to prevent this. You can either turn on complex collisions, which is really buggy, or try to replicate this thing's hitbox with like ramps or other cubes that are invisible. And obviously if you have something and you want to replicate its hitbox, then make it non-collidable. Next thing regarding hitboxes is custom assets or just, you know, default models. This car's hitbox is the green outline. It's not what the car looks like, it's the green outline. So if you want to make a proper outline, press Shift C to remove its collidability. For this object you press Shift V to make it invisible. Then you just, I don't know how precise you want to do it, but generally this is how a car in Krunker looks like from the model, kind of, you know. And then you just replicate the model like this. Same thing goes for trees. For trees, they have a huge hitbox. By the way, if you've got a tree, here you go, you can make it green or something. This is a little bit buggy, but you also remove this hitbox here, go grab a cylinder, make it invisible, or not make it invisible yet, you just kind of replicate the hitbox, make it invisible, and bam, you've got a tree hitbox now. Okay, coming away from hitboxes, I want to show you something which is called C-fading. You might wonder what that is. I will just grab some random texture. Wait, this is a little bit bright. Okay, so we've got this here. If we just copy a different... if you just copy anything else, yeah, you see what this is? Avoid this. You don't want this in any part of your map. You always want to do it like this, or if you really want to, you can go to transform and do instead of 10, for example, 9.9, then it's still kind of the same height. You can also do 9.99, which is basically the same height. This makes it so C-fading is not in direct vision, it's just that it's further away. With 9.9 you can go even further away and it should be fine at all times. Avoid C-fading, please. Places where it usually happens is when you, let's say you've got one wall here and you've got your house, and then you've got another wall here that's a different size, and then it's just, you know, has this little overlay thing that you don't really want. One way to prevent something like this, but I'm gonna make it a little bit more extreme so you can see it better, is to, yeah, this is better, is to just get a third object and place it, like if you cannot reverse it in any way, just place it in between. This might even look better in some style choice. And yeah, just have it like this, for example. Well, this here right now looks bad, but you know what I mean. Next thing, two bugs in the game you might know about. First one being head glitching. I will show you this a little bit in game. So for example, you've got here your things. Don't worry about it, it's really ugly, but I'm gonna spawn in real quick. You cannot usually go down here, but if you crouch under it, you can just, you know, head glitch through the thing. This also works like with shotgun and things, so watch out if you're building your ceilings, build a death zone or a teleporter above your ceilings if there's a way to head glitch out. Next thing is gonna be the ramp glitch. You might already be knowing this one. I'll just replicate it here as well really quick. This happens usually when your object and ramp are kind of like this, they're at the same height, and then you can just, let me show you, then you can just go and you don't even have to crouch, you can just walk into the object and, well, here in this instance you fall off. But generally you can fix this if you just, wait, let's say you have the further things here, you've got your I don't know, dirt here, then just make a wall like, bro, this is too big. just make like a wall here or something. And that would be one way to prevent it. Yeah, like this, kind of. Yep. Okay, we've covered a little bit of the bugs. Now I want to cover some common mistakes I see many new players do. First off, regarding parkour. If you're doing a parkour map, always test if every jump is possible. Next thing is, do not make a parkour or something where you've just got random like vehicles or boxes. Wait, crates. I mean, not boxes. Where we've got random crates floating around. Don't do that, please. Also, do not just have your entire map or most parts of the map in just this default color. Always change your scenery and stuff. Don't build something like this, please. Also, do not add KR skips or things like that. I mean, you can add KR skips, but don't make like a super flashy thing map. You know the maps, you know the parkour maps. Make it a proper map people want to play on and make it look professional, kind of. Yeah. Another thing is, if you have, let's say, you've got a border, this might be because you've imported like a public map or something, so this here is a border, and you know, you can't go above it, but further in your map you have like a level or whatever that is above the border. Yeah, you always have to watch out that you know, you couldn't go along here because the border down here is like it's in theory infinitely high. So yeah, watch out for those things. If you cannot make a border, for example, then just duplicate the object, make it non-visible, extend it maybe a little bit so you can't pixel walk on it, and you go. Regarding pixel walking, it happens usually when you place an object like this up here. Wait, let me just have it a different texture. Here you should be able to pixel walk on. You can just prevent it by moving this thing up, duplicating it, moving it downwards, and then you shouldn't be able to pixel walk on here. As you can see, you cannot walk on there. I haven't copied the first thing yet, but you know, just yeah, try to prevent pixel walks if you can. Also, don't do it like I did here, for example. Do it like I did here. Just always change like at least the tone of the thing. You don't want your map to be your objects to be looking like this. Change it at least a little bit, like more gray, or if it's too dark, for example. Here this dark, then like make it lighter or something like that. So just, you know, usual map making. Make it look like a good map. For example, don't make a tree that looks like this, bro. This would be a better tree, for example. I think I've covered everything today. There weren't a lot of things, but if you know any more bugs or things like that, then just write them in the comments. I will make an extra episode on things like that. Alright, thanks for watching, have a good day, and don't make mistakes.